Psalm 91:1, KJV. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalms 91:5-6 talks about arrows that flies by day, pestilence that walks in darkness, and destruction that lay waste at noonday. The enemy sees the world as hunting ground, how that the devil goes about like a roaring lion looking for whom he may devour. This is not to scare you, but to create awareness that you are only safe through divine protection. God protects you from human enemies. Right from 1 Samuel 18:7, King Saul had always been irritated by David's presence. He sought several opportunities to kill David, but God protected David. Are you aware that there are persons that don't just like you? Just like how Jesus testified that there are people who honor him with their lips, but their heart is far from him, in Matthew 15:8. So also, there are people who will say, I love you, but will want to kill you. Was it not Judas Iscariot who sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver? The Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can discern? There are stories of people who got backstabbed by the persons they look up to as friends. There is a story of a man, let's call him Mr. A. Mr. A narrated an experience involving a former neighbor with whom he had been extremely close, to the point that others could have mistaken them for siblings or roommates. He explained that he worked from home and rarely went out, except for business-related deliveries, while the neighbor was usually out during the day and returned home early in the evening. According to Mr. A, the neighbor once joked about bachelor life, saying that cooking was often not an option and that he depended on nearby restaurants. He mentioned that he had a regular place where he bought food and offered to help by picking up meals for Mr. A as well, especially since Mr. A was often busy until late. Mr. A said he agreed, but insisted on paying him back, an offer the neighbor dismissed casually. From that point on, the neighbor regularly bought food for Mr. A when returning home and spent a significant amount of time in Mr. A's house, which made Mr. A feel completely comfortable and safe around him. Mr. A recalled that one afternoon, the neighbor returned earlier than usual, around noon, and brought food as he often did. He entered the room where Mr. A was working, dropped the food, and explained that he had returned from work to pick up something he had forgotten and decided to buy food since he was already on the way. Mr. A expressed gratitude and told him there was no need to bring another meal later, to which the neighbor agreed, before leaving again. Mr. A said he became deeply absorbed in work and forgot about the food until later in the evening. When he eventually opened it, he noticed a strong, unpleasant smell. Assuming the food had spoiled because it had been left too long, he threw it into a waste bin outside without much thought. Later, while sitting outside for fresh air, Mr. A encountered the neighbor returning home. At that moment, a neighbor reportedly began screaming and shouting uncontrollably, repeatedly begging for forgiveness and saying he had not intended to kill Mr. A. Mr. A described being shocked and confused, responding that he was clearly alive and asking what he meant. The neighbor, visibly shaken, continued to beg and caused a commotion that drew the attention of other residents. When questioned about his statement, he confessed that the food he had brought earlier had been poisoned. Mr. A then explained to everyone present that he had not eaten the food and had thrown it away because of the smell. Mr. A recounted that a search was made for the discarded food, and although it was not found in the bin, it was later discovered under a parked pickup vehicle, along with a dead dog. It appeared that the animal had taken the food from the bin, confirming that the meal had indeed been poisoned. Mr. A reflected that this was someone he had trusted deeply, someone who felt like family and had free access to his home. He concluded by saying that the incident permanently changed how he viewed trust and human nature. According to Mr. A, evil does not always require provocation, as some people carry harmful intentions quietly, waiting for the opportunity to act. He questioned how such thoughts are conceived, and why some people choose to poison others, whether physically or otherwise. In God protecting you from the person that has turned him/herself to a human enemy, he gives you wisdom and revelation. He will show you the heart of the person, how gross it is towards you. He gives you wisdom on how to relate with such person. Your human enemies would not be happy at your development, and that's one of the signs to know them. In knowing them, we as Christians are not in the position to retaliate or react according to the flesh, but to let wisdom rule.